Hello and welcome to MBTV. I'm your host, Nitya Krishnamurthy Padmanabhan, and today I will be in conversation with Mr. Mallanna Sasalu, the CEO of Provident Housing Ltd. Thank you, sir, for your time today. So, could you tell us about the importance of sustainability in real estate and what are some of the initiatives that Provident Housing takes in this regard?
So, sustainability is very important, and first we need to understand what is this sustainability everybody is talking about, right? It is about optimal usage of resources that are available in the world, and whatever we use, and how do we replenish them, replace them, in a scientific way, so that the equilibrium in the environment is maintained. That's about the sustainability. If you largely look at it over the last 100 years, because of the industrialization, and we have used resources quite well, and the world has also progressed from who we were 100 years back. We have progressed quite a bit, right? So now the time has come to see that the greenhouse gas emission, which includes your CO2 and your methane and nitrous oxide and other things, that which has created some effect on it, and so forth. And currently it is not a question of whether the sustainability should be practiced and whether it has affected the environment or not. Now it is evident that it has affected us, as we can see in whatever is happening around us on a daily basis. So now the question here is, we need to continue to grow and we need to continue to use the resources, but in a mindful way and in a scientific order, and that's the reason the world is going in that direction. Coming to real estate in that part, and real estate construction and infrastructure and other things, and don't hold me for this number, and it appears that around 30 to 35% or something like that is, we contribute to that greenhouse gas emission. So now we need to reduce that. How do we reduce that? One is about during the construction, the other one is during the usage period or the operations period. During construction, that the probably the noise and the noise pollution that happens, and the dust and the air pollution that we happens, and also usage of natural resources which is precious, the water, and also the green cover that may get disturbed while doing the construction. So these things have to be kept in mind. For example, that it has taken millions of years for us to create that the top layer of the soil, which is very important for anything to grow, right? So when you're going to excavate, it becomes, it's already there in all the Ministry of Environment and Forest and state pollution control boards of saying that you have to preserve the topsoil and reuse the topsoil, and those kind of measures are very, very important, right? So similarly recycled water usage for those things, similarly cements that has lesser exothermic reaction, also materials that are used have a larger component of recycled material, and these are all some of the things during the construction. When it comes to operation, and this comes from the design thinking, that you have to design it in such a way that over the next 30-40 years, people who are going to use these things, use the things that you have actually built, use the infrastructure of the housing that what you have built, they have enough avenues to save the natural resources, use the resources optimally, and also if there is anything that is new coming up, that can be adopted. Meaning to say, for example, that we need to have recycled water, which means that we need to have treatment plant. We want to capture rainwater, which means that we should have made the retention and detention system inside the facility. Similarly, what's going to come in future? Electrical vehicles are coming in. First it started as 5% of the parking lots will have charger. Now people are saying 20%. Now we've gone up to 25%, and maybe in the next 2 years will be 50%, maybe in the next 5 years we're going to be 100%, right? For that, the infrastructure should have been built by the developer or whoever is developing the infrastructure for what is going to come in future. So these are all the things that, in my opinion, as real estate developers, that we need to keep in mind. And Provident and Purvankara, we are in the forefront of that, and we have taken this very, very seriously. As a matter of fact, we have gone up to a level of saying that individually, what have you done for the environment in your thinking? In administration and in an office administrator, I asked him, what have you thought about this? And he said, we've taken out plastic water bottle and we've introduced bottled water in a glass bottle where we can pour the water and it can be reused. I mean, that's the transformation that we as a society, not only as developers, as a society, that we need to look at when it comes to environment.
Could you take us through some of the unique initiatives that you've undertaken for your projects?
The unique, for example, one of the projects that what we are trying to do is that we've almost gone to a level wherein we can go off the grid, right? Off the grid. It's a low rise development that what we are doing, and it costs. And it's a choice that we are giving it to the customer, saying that look, if you don't want to be on the grid, you can be that. You can harvest enough power from the solar panel that we are going to provide, and it goes into the grid, and then from there it comes back to you. And if you produce more, and there is a bankable units that you will have, and if you use less, it is bankable. If you use more, only pay for the differential, right? And so that's quite unique, as and when there is, there are policy changes that's going to come in. That is, as residential developers, we can produce our own power elsewhere through renewable energy, and we get the credit for that one to use for our customers. For that, if they make a platform for that as a business, that will be a very good thing for the sustainability as you go forward.
What are some of the challenges that you come across while implementing these initiatives towards sustainability?
There are not many challenges. The challenges is about, anything that we do has some cost. There are some things that you can do with your intelligence and your knowledge and your science to nullify the cost part of it. So when you want to take it to another level, it costs. The question here is that, is the market ready for that? Is it affordable? For example, the EV, we can go and do all 100% car parking into EV chargeable. Is the market ready for that? Are people willing to pay for that? Or people are saying, hey, I'm going to have an electric car after 10 years. Why am I paying for the EV today, or the EV infrastructure today? So those are the things, and that is, it's not a challenge. It is a question of what is right and wrong at the given point of time.
Thank you so much for your time today. This was a very insightful conversation.
Thank you very much, Nitya. It's fantastic to speak with you, and thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.